Hi, everyone. Mm, Hope you've had a beautiful day and that it's given you everything you need. Feels beautiful to be here and share this evening ceremony with all of you. Today has been quite a beautiful day for me. It's a lot of variety and a lot of feelings in many different ways. Uh, and it's been a lot about finding the clarity in me, in all that happens and going on in the world and in my world. Just releasing and letting go from that. Mm. So I'm really looking forward to landing into the circle here with you and sharing the message of Doug. So let's take a deep breath and just land into our bodies. Into the earth and into this circle. Today we're gonna read about the center of life. Mm. Hey, Kat, it's beautiful to have you here. Mm. Oh, oh yeah. Now I'm landing a bit too. Mm. The center of life. I salute the light within your eyes, where the whole universe dwells. For when you are at the center within you, and I am that place within me, we shall be one. Crazy Horse. When Crazy Horse said, I salute the light within your eyes, where the whole universe dwells, he was describing the moment when when two spiritually connected beings recognize each other as if they've known each other 1,000 years, even though they may have just met. Each of us is but a doorway through which the Creator expresses itself in our uh, particular physical image at this particular moment in the cosmic workings of the great mystery. When we meet each other for the first time, we are either about to repeat a pattern, a recurring theme in our life, or we're about to experience some type of new beginning. The light in our eyes, when we learn to recognize it, tells us the difference between the two. As we learn to connect with the ways of the medicine wheel and our natural sense of spirituality, we realize that we're not separate from nature. We are nature itself. We are sentient beings that are naturally synchronized with the cycles of the sun, the moon, the stars, and the seasons of the land on which we live. Think about the power of nature. Consider the moon, something of such great influence that it can pull and push the all-powerful oceans of the world in both tide and current. And then consider, how can we believe the moon has no effect on us humans, even though we are mostly created from a compost of water? The fact is, the moon greatly affects us, but many people have become too desensitized to feel her effects. Tuning back into these types of natural energies takes practice. We are not separate from the hoop and we are not at the top of the food chain, as humans like to think, but we are part of the whole. When we say mitakaye ayasin, or we are all related, it doesn't mean that only the two-legged humans are related, but that we are all related. Every single sentient being on the matrix of Grandmother Earth. When we brush a single strand of the spider's web, that energy is transmitted and felt on every strand and connection point throughout the rest of the web. The indigenous tribes of the Amazon have a popular fable that teaches about the web of life, in which a butterfly flapping its wings in the jungle stirs the wind that creates many more small wind currents that divide and multiply and ultimately manifest into a hurricane on the other side of the world a few days later. The teaching is that all is connected and our daily actions are inextricably braided into everything else in ways that we may never fully comprehend in the present moment. The power structures of our modern day society distract us from our internal understanding that we are part of that all. On every part of the earth, we can clearly see the devastation and horror humans inflict on either sentient beings and the destruction we bring to Grandmother Earth. It's not just the bad medicine humans bring to the world, but it's also the disrespect and abuse we inflict on ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually with the toxic waste that we allow into our hearts, minds, and bodies. For those of us that walk the red road, it's part of our life work to dismantle these harmful, powerful structures in all the ways that we're able to. There will come a time in each of our lives when we have to be honest with ourselves and decide if we're going to live in alignment with Grandmother Earth or live for corporate system. This may be the most important decision we face in this lifetime, because finding our center and living a life of genuine meaning and beauty is what is at stake. Elemental energy, life. The four sacred elements, the seven sacred directions, and the seven indigenous values are all concepts to help us think indigenously and understand the natural order of the earth and the fundamentals of indigenous spirituality. It's the center of our being, where we take these concepts and implement them into the experience of our daily lives. Too often, however, we become so absorbed in the memories of our past and so fearful of the what if scenarios of the future that we miss the experience of the present moment. When we learn to drop into the experience of the present moment, we become aware and available to the power and teachings of the sacred directions that are moving through us. Hi. When we talk about the center, we're referring to our life. Our life is the space through which the other six sacred directions are moving at all times. The innermost point of the center is where we experience the present moment, and it's within the present moment that we're consciously co-creating our life as part of the wild divine. This space is also where we step away from our work, eat, disengage, sleep cycle and go deeper into the understanding of life and our role as a human being on this earth. Indigenous virtues: joy, love, harmony, and wisdom. Joy, love, harmony, and wisdom are the four primal expressions of our spirit, through which we discover who and what we truly are, and the teachings of how we are meant to engage life. The four sacred directions of east, south, west, and north each carry one of these four expressions as they move through our center. East, harmony. We are starting the teachings of the four expressions with harmony, because when the other expressions of joy, love, and wisdom are in balance in our lives, their harmony becomes the bedrock of our spiritual intelligence. Harmony is the combined state of tranquility, unity, and readiness between our thoughts, well-being, spirituality, and psychology. Not psychology, physiology. Harmony is not the pursuit of perfection in these areas of our life, but the awareness and development of our internal relationship with them, as well as how we extend that spirit energy out into the world. Remember, we are meant to be human. We are not meant to be perfect. Harmony is not a state of perfection, but a state of awareness of balance. We are often our own biggest obstacle in experiencing genuine harmony in our life. As perfectly imperfect humans, we easily get stuck thinking in terms of who or what we need to control, or who or what we need to exploit for our personal gain, or how we want others to see us. Observing is the secret to allowing oneself the ability of letting go of these unhelpful and hollow desires. The sacred hoop of life already has natural cycles that we can observe just by intentionally connecting with nature, and doing so helps us merge into the powerful rhythm of life itself. Allowing is just getting out of our own way and allowing the rhythm of life to help co-create our life with us. The Creator is more clever and creative than we could ever be, and allowing the Creator to just go forth and create will bring results and experiences we never could have imagined or created by pursuing them with our human desire for control, personal gain, or ego satisfaction. That feels like a beautiful place to end. Such amazing wisdom. Tomorrow I will be participating in a full moon ceremony. So tomorrow I won't be here with all of you, but I want to invite you to create your own. If you don't already have plans to come together with other people, to create your own full moon ceremony. The full moon tomorrow is a super powerful one. And it doesn't have to be harder than take the time, create a sacred space, and sit with yourself for a while, cleanse the energy, and write down on a piece of paper the things you want to let go of, and give it to the fire. It can be a candle, and let it go, and give your praise to all the knowledge, the knowing, the learning that you've got from that part of yourself, or that experience, or that pattern. Yeah. So be with me in the full moon ceremony, even though you're not with me physically. And we make yet another shift together. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight and all other days. Thank you.